Where is the lie? Go to film.
Yo, I'm gonna show you why our community is so jacked up. See those two kids right there? Two young kids, early 20s. That one right there that walked around the Benz, him right there. He owns this. He's 20-something years old. He's like 24, right? Tire shop, owns this tire shop. This is where I come when I need tire, right? Young kid, right? All right, now look over here. See those right there? Black kids hanging out on the corner underneath a tree doing nothing. Totally nothing. At the corner store. See the
major difference. But Jeffrey, that's not all black people. Yes, we know. Duh. The system is not making them choose to spend their time standing there doing nothing. And this is why I talk about personal decision making, because it is the most important role in how your life plays out. The most important, bar none. So many people complaining about the system. Y'all need to be talking about decisions, because that's what's more important, especially in America. The way some of us talk about America, you would think literally that we were walking around with chains around our ankles. I don't know if a lot of you guys have not realized we are free. We definitely are free. Now, what you do with that freedom is up to you. But sitting around complaining about the white man and the history of the United States and its racist roots is not going to get you where you want to be. Well, I take that back. I don't know where you want to be, but I doubt it will if you have any real aspirations. But if you're black and you say this, you're a sellout, you're a coon, you hate your own people, no. One could argue that we hate ourselves because we consistently just accept these low standards. And then when people come and say the harsh truth about us and the things we're doing wrong, we don't like it. This man gave us a perfect comparison. There are 1,000 things those guys could be doing that are more productive than sitting there standing talking about whatever. But Jeffrey, you can't say that. I mean, it might be the truth, but you can't say that. You know how you have those people who will let someone continuously hurt themselves and make their life worse and worse because they don't want to hurt that person's feelings? So you're going to protect their feelings and let them ruin their life. I feel like that's what a lot of black people want us to do. They don't want us to talk about it. Let us keep destroying our own communities and shooting ourselves in the foot. As long as you don't hurt our feelings, it's okay. No, how about we call out what's going wrong so we can actually fix it?
Thank you. Man, I've been saying this for 100 years. And I'm 36, but I've been saying it for 100 years. And I don't know why this is not commonplace amongst every rational human being. You see the young boys over there, the Hispanic kids over there making money, owning a business, working. And you see the brothers over there up under a tree. And the financial setup and family values are transparent in that one scenario. And the black man would love to go over to the side and shop or do business with black people, but they ain't doing nothing. The Mexican kids over there doing it. Anyway, I could talk about this forever. That dude had a great explanation. Let me get up out of here. See y'all. I'm out.
Blacks are scared of Hispanics. The proof is right there in the pudding. Look, an SA can move in any one of y'all hoods and create a gang. If everybody in Compton and all these gangs was in LA, these black gangs was so tough, then why is y'all sharing y'all hood with a Hispanic gang? Then why is they still in y'all hood? If y'all so tough, y'all so gun-ho, why is them dudes still there? Y'all can't even get the essays out y'all hoods. But soon as a black family move over there, y'all wanna him. Like I said, I don't care about how they feel about that. It's the truth. And until y'all acknowledge that, LA gonna continue to be Mexico. Dead hum. You don't see nothing but the corn man in all y'all hoods, bro. And this ain't no disrespect to the corn man or the Hispanic race, but the truth is the truth. They took that. They took LA, bro. They took it. And this is another way you could tell that the blacks are scared of Hispanics. What I want everybody that's looking at this interview to do, I want you to, when you driving up Fig, when you driving down Manchester, when you rolling through Inglewood, when you rolling through South Central, when you rolling through Compton, I want everybody to take notice of something. The Hispanic kids, they can go jog up Rosecrans. They got to get ready for the track team. They can go walk to the store with each other. Ain't got no problems. Jose can go sell his oranges at the corner of the freeway, can set up a whole taco, watermelon stand all outside, and nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him, bro. Hispanic kids can be kids in Compton and Inglewood. They can be regular people. They can treat South Central and LA and Compton like the suburbs. Nobody's going to say anything to them, but let a black person, a black child, a black teen try to jog up Rosecrans or Avalon or Long Beach Boulevard or Manchester or Inglewood, anywhere. He gonna be getting banged on, and it ain't even gonna be by Hispanics. It's gonna be by his own people.
You know, one question I get asked a ton is if I would ever date an African American man or if I ever been with one. And my answer is it's not for me. Unfortunately, it's not for me. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's not. We don't like you guys, okay? African American are the least desirable to date in the whole US, okay? A lot of people won't make a video about this because they feel like they're gonna get a lot of hate and they're afraid to hurt people's feelings. But I'm here to tell you, I don't care about your feelings. I care about the truth and being honest. That's it, okay? So take it however you want. That's the feedback that I have for you today.
Why is Latino culture racist? Well, I'll tell you. Welcome to the Latino paperback test. Now, it's literally designed by YT people from Spain, and they ingrained it into our brains. We had 100 extra years. The indigenous had 100 extra years of getting their behinds waxed, and the only way to get a leg up is by intermixing. So let me show you the hierarchy. Here you have Spaniards, and this is to show you too, that what I'm saying, that's what I'm discovering. That all Latinos are not the same race. We are not. We are not the same. Latinos, we must acknowledge this. We are not all the same race. We are not. Latino is a culture, a slave culture. Right? That's really what it is. You have the Spaniards up top from Europe. You got the children, the ones that were born in America. Then you have the mix, the European and the indigenous. Then you have the other mixes, right? And the more pure-blooded you are, the lower down the totem pole you are. And guess where Africans are? This is why you don't see nobody in Telemundo, Noticiero, etc. But it gets worse because you got these lapdogs over here, and I don't care who gets offended, the ones that indigenous that mix with European and want to act like they're YT, they became the gatekeepers and the lapdogs for these guys. So they started stomping on, and it benefits them to stomp on the rest of them. You know why? How I know this? Because now that I'm going back to El Salvador, for all y'all saying leave, as if the white team is gonna accept you all of a sudden, is that till this day, you got these guys, there's a sub-movement of these guys still trying to keep this caste like strong to keep oppressing the rest of them. Not all of us, but this is a thing, and it's disgusting. And if wherever you are, especially y'all in El Salvador, y'all believe like this, y'all disgust me. But see, this is the standard in Latin American countries. But what happens, like, when they come over, they bring that mentality over because nobody checks it, which is why I'm talking about it for all y'all who watch my previous video and want to take a dump on me. All you're doing is reinforcing it. When you get all negative on me and talk about you don't care and everything else, all you're doing, like, listen, I don't need to talk about this. I could just let Latinos be racist and delusional. Like, it don't bother me none. I mean, it does, but they don't affect me directly. Like, I'm passable. Not that I'm proud of it, but it's just a fact. Like, I acknowledge that because of this sick system, I can move in certain ways where I can pass. I'm not accepted. I'm not delusional, but I can pass. But anyways, they bring it over here, and this is why you want your jobs and everything else and want to kick you out your jobs. Because it's these guys primarily. Like, these guys got issues at the bottom, the more purebloods, they got issues and they be racist, and that's why Dominicans and Colombians and all anywhere where you got Afro-Latinos, they be like, me no black, me no black. It's because this. Literally, you could not associate, like, you in Latin America, now it's better nowadays, but it's still bad. Like, where it came from, like, you were literally at the bottom of society, bro. Like, the stuff that these people went through, our ancestors, like, it was a desperate, like, mission to mix in order to get up. And no, this isn't justification or whatever the heck y'all was saying in the previous video. Only reason I'm talking about this is because it's disgusting. And I see the plight of black people talking about, yo, like, we did all this, that, and the other for Latinos and the fighting for rights in America and everything else. Like, that's honorable. Like, yeah, that's messed up. Latinos being fake or whatnot. But I'm telling you, there's a whole, just like y'all got CIA implants and movements and sub-movements in y'all community, we got them in ours too. And I'm telling you right now, it's these guys. It's these guys right here. And one last thing. You could talk all the smack in my comments. You're just making it more about helping the algorithm. But on the other hand, you're just making them same ones that I was talking about go, you see, that's why mijo, no, you stupid, no, this is why we don't deal with them. That's all you're doing. You're just reinforcing the ignorance.
Every time somebody asks the Hispanic community not to say the N-word, y'all get defensive, and start saying the N-word all throughout the comment section and things of that nature. But when somebody start talking about, calling, those people to get y'all removed, you know what I'm saying? Then it's all, you shouldn't say that. Two wrongs don't make a right. No, stop disrespecting black people. It's that fucking simple. I don't never see y'all getting mad and start yelling out saltine. I never seen it. I never see y'all get mad and yell an Asian slur. I never see y'all get mad and do anything other than yell the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all like to throw, I'm Afro-Latino. Bitch, no, you not. You just saying F black people. Baby, you know what I'm saying? I seen the videos where the lady in the Dominican Republic was trying to get her baby a black doll, and the mama threw it on the floor and handed her a white doll. We know how y'all parents think. You know what I'm saying? So, no, y'all need to cut the crap.
I just want to talk about something real quick that I feel like it's not talked about enough. And y'all, please don't mind this music. These are my neighbors. It's such a strange feeling being a dark-skinned Latina because sometimes, I'm Dominican, right? Sometimes I have a hard time connecting with my culture because there are a lot of things that my culture does that I don't agree with and that I take offense to as a woman of color. So today, for example, I was at work and I was talking to a coworker that doesn't really know me well or whatever about relationships and stuff like that. He's a fair tone Dominican, so he looks more Spaniard. We all know Dominicans come in different shades and stuff like that. My whole life, I just have never been attracted to Latino men. I've always dated black men, so Africans, Haitians, Jamaicans, like that's just what I'm naturally attracted to. And so I stated that, and he responded and said, oh, maybe if I lower my pants and drag them down with my ass showing, maybe then you'll like me. What is that even supposed to mean? Like, what are you implying when it comes to black people? There has also been moments where I'm with another, like, fair-toned Dominican, and I remember one time I went to BJ's, and when we got there, she said, oh my God, there's so many black people around. I was like, what are you talking about? When I hear stuff like that, when I hear Dominicans say stuff like that, or even just any Latino country, like person, whatever, say that, like, it really pisses me the fuck off. I really hate this narrative that some Latino people look at black people this way, like there isn't black excellence and luxury classy people, classy black people, all of the above, and they just look at them like this ghetto trash when I know that's not true. It's not true, and it really upsets me. And obviously I am of color, so I identify, I relate, and I connect more with black people because I know what it's like to be made fun of for my complexion. That happened my whole childhood where I got made fun of because of my complexion, and I hated that. I hated getting tanned before. I would hide under the tree and I'll be like, I don't want to get tanned, and now thank God I love my complexion. But literally it's comments like that as to why I'm just don't connect with the Latino culture. I don't get it. It's also so frustrating because I've had black people tell me, oh, you want to be black so bad. And I also have had the more like fair tone Latinos tell me, oh, you're not a real Latina. So I feel like there's no middle ground for us dark-skinned Latina women, and it's so frustrating.
What's up, Satan Squad? And I ain't gonna cap, Latinos' hatred towards black people sincerely needs to be studied. But one thing I'm getting so tired of is the amount of anti-blackness from Latinos. Do these people do realize that the civil rights movement is the reason they can even, them and other immigrant groups can even come over here, right? Yet the same people that made it where you couldn't even live over here and be in this country, y'all got so much smoke and animosity towards. But them folks who tell y'all on a daily to go home and leave, y'all kiss them in the rear end 24/7. And they still give you they rear end to kiss. Yeah, they gonna make you think that they like you because you spewing out all this anti-black rhetoric, but at the end of the day, they don't want you. Like, it's tiring. And one thing I can't stand when y'all be in the comment section talking about, or y'all make these posts on social media talking about, you know, we may have our differences, but we can all agree there's one demographic that we don't like. The folks you're pandering to don't even like you. But y'all have this mentality of, if we don't like the blacks, then them folks will like us. Dog, they're never gonna like us. I mean, they're never gonna like you. Blacks have done nothing but shopped at y'all businesses, made it where y'all can come over here, but y'all have this hatred towards us for absolutely no reason. That side with the same people who have oppressed y'all, took y'all land, took y'all resources, and tell y'all to go home on a daily.
I, for one, am never going to forget how a lot of you guys on this app treated black women and the black men, but specifically the black women who said that we were resting and we were sitting this one out after the country played in our face when it came to Kamala being elected for president. I will never forget that, because over the past year and a half that we have declared that we are resting, we have continuously seen people in our country be continuously anti-black and racist. The Latino community tried to come at us when everything started happening with the ICE raids. And now look, we have Latino people who are trying to fight us in the comments, fight other black people in the comments for calling out the consistent racism and anti-blackness within the Latino community on the heels of this Ashley Gonzalez video that has popped up, the sheriff from Houston that went on a racist rant. We saw how y'all played in Jasmine Crockett's face. We saw how these online white leftists acted when black people were calling out the fact that it was wrong that Mandami's wife, even though I fuck with Mandami, I like Mandami, but his wife had those anti-black and racist tweets, and how we just need to get over it. I will never forget how y'all acted with us when we said, you know what, we're going to take a rest. And even some other black creators on this app, some who I really enjoy their social and political commentary. And, you know, some were giving us grace and they understood and they were trying to talk about the nuance and the bigger picture of everything and how we shouldn't rest. I get that. But some of y'all were being very disrespectful. And we have seen time and time again that we were right. That we were right. These people are in the comments of black creators who are from Texas or from LA or from Arizona, 3 places which I have lived in, all 3 places. I live in LA now, and talked about their experience with anti-blackness and racism from the Latino community. Latino people are in the comments right now telling black people that they shouldn't say that. Don't generalize us all. But y'all are under the comments of black people, but not under the comments of the Latino people who are agreeing with Ashley Gonzalez. They're in the comments, in the videos that you're commenting under. There are Latino people saying, oh, I agree with her, but you're not going back and forth with them. You're going back and forth with the creator or the other black people in the comments. You got this poor white trash using black people for rage bait, talking about black proms and hood proms. Y'all had a lot to say, a lot of disparaging and mean things to say to the black community when they said, we're going to rest because y'all are playing in our faces. And continuously, we have seen time and time again that we were right.
You know, one question I get asked a ton is if I would ever date an African American man or if I ever been with one. And my answer is it's not for me. Unfortunately, it's not for me. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's not. And I'm going to give you guys the point of view from a guy's point of view towards African American women, because I've done my research. I've asked a ton of men about this, and they all come back to me with the same response. Okay,
it's interesting because she didn't say no. She said it's not for me, which leads me to believe she's tasted it, she's tried it, maybe didn't have the best situationships, whatever. But then now, why is she talking about, if she's talking about dating a black man, why does what men think matter. Like, I would think that she would be talking about what she wants or what other women want, not what men want. Because it's not like she's dating gay black men. It's presumably she's dating straight black men. So I don't think straight black men really care what other races of men think about that. So, or I don't understand this jump of black men are not for me. Now I'm going to tell you what other men think. Unless she's trying to pander to non-black men. Unless this is like a dog whistle, you know what I mean? Or a, a public service announcement to white men or non-black men. That's the only reason that jump makes sense to me.
Latinos have never needed Black Americans to force their racial biases on us. We have our own. We have been anti-Black, all by ourselves. Latinos have been colorists, all by themselves. Latinos have been racist, all by themselves, way before they come to America, way before they ever have contact with Black Americans. You know what the difference is? Normalized forms of racism, colorism, and anti-Blackness. What's normal amongst people in our culture, what's hush-hush, what's swept under the rug or not dealt with or just accepted, doesn't fly with Black Americans. And you just don't like the fact that a Black American will call you out on it. Because it's not normal. And it shouldn't be accepted. And it shouldn't be okay. So when you have people in your own community letting you know that they've been hurt or traumatized or discriminated by people in our own community, family members even, you need to listen. You need to listen instead of deflecting. Because this comment right here is a total and complete cop-out. It's straight up deflection. And it is a bold-faced lie. Our racial biases, they start back home. They start in our own countries, in our own islands. We just bring it here with us. You just don't like the boldness of how Black Americans deal with racism. Normalized anti-Blackness is not a value. Normalized colorism is not a value. Sweeping things under the rug and not talking about them, that's not a cultural value. It's not. Yet it's something that you seek to covet and put above Black Americans. You need to stop pitting Latinos against Black Americans and recognize that the root cause of all of the issues we have across all of our communities is white supremacy. Recognize how white supremacy has operated in your own life and how it has afforded you white privilege as a white presenting Latino and given you a life experience that more Black presenting Latinos cannot identify with. And stop propagating the lie and the myth that we don't care about race and there's no racism amongst us. Because if that were the case, we would not be having this discussion.
Now that I have addressed the racism within my own community, let's talk about the anti-Blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. So I wanted to take my time before I made this video. I knew it was coming, but I had to go out in, the field and ask my people what's going on. So this is what I concluded. When I went to go talk to them, they said that, we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something. I want to make two things clear. First, I want to start off by saying that when we say things like this, we are following the same agenda that we are fighting against. We are fighting against white supremacy and racism. Those ideas that, that we have, the way we think, the way we are taught to fear African Americans, that is the same thing that we are fighting against. It's no different. When we choose to speak like this and participate in these stereotypes, we are no better than the people we are fighting against. And that is a point I want to make very clear to the people within my community, that you guys sound ignorant. We need to figure it out. Where do you truly stand with this? Because, people are right. You can't ask African Americans for help when this is in the real world. That is how they are treated. My second point. Reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. They have been fighting for a very long time, since they came here. And us not acknowledging, I know I don't feel that as a country we have paid the respect that they owe. They really do. We owe them everything. It's because of greats. They're great people. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the Black Panthers, they paved the way for us. They are the blueprint. And for us to go and participate in the same mentality that we are fighting against, it's just horrible. And it's wrong. If we don't fix this type of mentality and check our people, we are no better than the people we are up against. I want you to know that ignorance is our greatest enemy. So please do not allow yourself to be blinded by hate. I love and respect everybody, and I just want to say that if there's more people in the Latin community who are with me, I need y'all to say something. I need y'all to join the fight with me, because I can't be the only one.
Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work. There's a difference. White Americans will work with African Americans who want to work. But Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work. Latinos only work with Latino. So if you ask me, I can tell you that from my own personal self, that Latinos are more discriminatory and racist towards African Americans than even you guys who are working in my company. I'm a black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complain about the African Americans because the Latino thinks because I'm African, I don't have any relationship with the African American. The Latino comes to me and tell me that you are an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose, I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who work for your company. This is my company as a black man. My company. I was a contractor at Quantico Marine Base in Virginia. A contractor for General Electrics. And the Latino workers that I hired, they are snitching on the African American workers that are hired for me to fire the African Americans so they can bring Latinos to take their place.
And that's right. Listen, this video isn't about stirring hate. It's about shedding light. The brother who spoke out is not trying to generalize every Latino, but he's highlighting a reality that too many Africans and African Americans experience in silence. Let's be real. Racism isn't always black and white. Sometimes it comes from other minority groups who have been sold the lie that proximity to whiteness gives them power. If we as Africans and African Americans don't unite and speak on these injustices, we'll continue to be treated as disposable. We must protect each other in the workplace, uplifting one another, and building alliances with people who respect our humanity, not those who compete by tearing us down.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking I think you guys are, because I'm brown, I've never felt that and stuff like that, I'm also a minority. But now, for us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly to go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? It's like why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the black community meant, you know? And I kind of feel bad. Well, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, you know, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, you know, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from, or at least I can, you know. And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
Us as Latinos, I've noticed that we're willing to accept white people in our family, but not black people. Most of the time, we prefer white people over black people. Really, any other nation more than a black person. What I mean is, a mother's daughter has a white boyfriend. They would happily welcome him more than if she had a black boyfriend. Most of the time, there's a stereotype within the Hispanic household about black people, right? That they're criminals, they're gang members, they're violent, they're someone you should fear. When really, we should look at white people that way, because white people are the ones who actually are harming us right now. Yes, they're Hispanics who are in those ICE trucks, ICE vans, but they have been put in place by the oppressor. The same people who descend from the people who took your land, put your forefathers in slave ships, stole your identity, gave you the terms Latino, Hispanic. The people who descend from those people, they're oppressing you today. And their forefathers oppressed your forefathers back in the day. So what is my point? We need to deny any nation but our own. As Black, Latinos, and Natives, we are the same people. We should unite, we should come together, and we should marry one another. If your daughter wants to get with a so-called African American, of course, you want to make sure that he's a good fit. You should allow that. If your son wants to get with an African American sister, make sure she is fit and allow that. And same thing for so-called black people. Same thing for your daughters and your sons who want to get with natives or so-called Hispanic. You should allow that, because that's going to make us unite. That's going to make us stronger. And people might say, well, black people hate Hispanics. Hispanics hate black people. Listen, the reason why we are hurting each other is because we're oppressed by the same person who's causing stress, who's causing chaos, who's causing poverty in our lives. And when we are going through stress and anger, we get violent. And who are we going to get violent with? The people who live among us. We live amongst each other. You understand? But the people who we should really be upset with, and who we should point the finger at, is our oppressor. And we should never point the finger at each other. We should come together, resolve our problems, get over grudges, get over division amongst each other, and really come together as a community. Get off of drugs, go against drugs, go against drug dealers, go against our daughters being whores and prostitutes and sleeping around, and really lock in and build as a community where men can be men, women can be women, and we'll rise to the top. And that's what the Most High, our God, wants for us. He wants us to get right, to fix ourselves, to cleanse ourselves. This is from the ISUPK and the Commander General Hana. This is what we teach. This is what we promote, because this is what the Bible teaches. You understand? If you want to learn more, go to isupk.com. Find a school near you. Shalom.
Honestly, the Latinos that are asking the Black community for forgiveness because of Ashley Gonzalez, I think they're ridiculous. They have never lived around Black people. They treat us bad. They assault us. They assault our street vendors. And like right now, they're making videos, hundreds of videos saying that we're the same as Ashley, that they support ICE. They've been saying that they support ICE for a long time. And not just that, remember the girl from New York, the one that wasn't Mexican and attacked this Black girl, and they were saying, oh yeah, she was Mexican, and they were talking about us, and then they find out that she was not Mexican, and that the Black girl was racist towards her in the first place. They were already going towards us. They're just looking for one excuse, just one excuse. If you live around them, they treat us horribly. But then when we say something, they are like the victim, and like, Latinos are jealous of us because we're the blueprint and all of this crap. No, if you respect us, if you love Latinos, we love everyone. We love everyone. But like, I'm pretty sure Black people done bad things to Ashley. That's why she said that. She just didn't say it out of nowhere. I work in that area, and it was horrible. They burned my uncle's business. They assaulted me when I came from Mexico. They were older people. No one defended me, and yeah, they're racist. They're super racist. They're making a lot of videos against Latinos, and we're supposed to stay quiet, but because if we say something, then we're the racist ones. So yeah, I don't support Ashley being racist, but these people don't like us, so you don't have to be kissing butt, you know.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize Black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' lockup are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump. And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
So we got an African brother. Now, this brother owns a construction company. And he's going to tell you the underhanded things that a lot of the Latino males that tried to work in his company tried to do to Black Americans in the area trying to get them out the job. I want you to hear what this brother had to say.
Because who are working in my company. I'm a Black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complains about the African Americans Because the Latino thinks because I'm African, I don't have any relationship with the African American. The Latino comes to me and tell me that you are an immigrant, I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose, I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who work for your company.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, he's an African brother, and he said that he hired a lot of Latinos. But let's flip that. When Latinos get companies, the Latino males in particular, they don't hire black men. They only go hire their own. I want you to pay attention to that. Black people are the only people that believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. And white people do it too. You know, they hire black people too. I can't say they don't, because trust me, a lot of black people are hired by white people. But you look at the Asians, they only hire Asians. You look at, we talk about for the most part, they do. We see it. The Latino males and all of them, they hire their own. But black folks, we go hire Latinos, we go hire everybody else. We look out for ourselves. Now, I believe what this man is saying 2,000%. I'm going to tell you why. I've seen it my own self, my own two eyes, what this man is saying in the petrochemical industry. They do with that supervisor all the time, the white supervisor. And you find out that they're out here snitching. Oh, hey, I saw DeAndre come in 5 minutes late. Oh, I saw him do this. Oh, you know, I seen him sleeping on the job that day. Oh, I seen this and I seen that. And the whole time he's doing everything he can to get you fired. And then if he get DeAndre out of there, he gonna tell the boss, you know, I got, like he said, I got a good hardworking friend. Then they basically try to pick off the black people for sure, and the white people too. But they pick off, definitely go after the black people first. They didn't expect for that African brother to stand for his brothers. They didn't expect that. They thought that he was going to be on this. Yeah, I'm different than them. I don't like them either.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
Hey guys, if you have not already, make sure that you watch parts 1 through 4. So we are basically talking about the relationship between Black Americans, Afro-Latinos, possibly Africans. I can only speak from my experiences. I'm not the sole authority on anything, unlike what some people are saying in the comment section. I'm only speaking from education and observation and my own experiences, whether it be from having a Panamanian daughter or having a lot of friends that I grew up with that were Dominican and Puerto Rican. You know, outside of, I didn't much have outside of that. I did have other Afro-Latina friends, but those were the main, you know, coming from New York. Those were the main ones, Dominican and Puerto Rican. So, and just in speaking to one of my Dominican friends who was darker than her lighter siblings, you know, I know that there was issue there and how she was raised and how she grew up and the names that she was called, you know. So when I see in the comments that people are saying, oh, you know, that doesn't exist in Latino countries or islands or the Caribbean, like Dominican Republic, Colombia, Belize, or whatever. It's like, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? There's colorism in America and there's colorism everywhere else, and you may not use the terms black. Some of you are saying that you do in Dominican Republic. Some of you guys are saying that you don't in Puerto Rico, whatever. But regardless of what you're calling it, that you guys refer to black people in a derogatory way when they're darker skinned. Now, you may not look at it from an ethnic standpoint because, you guys are all Puerto Rican, but then it becomes a colorism issue. So we're not going to pretend on that. I'm not going to keep on repeating myself about that. I'm not going to keep on trying to explain that because you guys know it exists. Some of you are saying it doesn't. Much, much, much more are saying it does. And I know it does. So we're just going to skip that point. The point I want to drive is that there is a reason why there is a divide between Black American women. Let's start there. Black American women and Afro-Latinos living in America. There's a distrust between the two because over the course of the years, Black women have felt that Afro-Latinas use blackness when it's convenient. But when it's time to dissimulate from us, to assimilate, to appease white culture, that you guys are often able to do it with ease and without any problem or justification for it. You guys seem to pick and choose when you want to be Black versus when you're Afro-Latina and exotic. Now, that has been the observation and the conversation that I've had with Black women. As an Afro-Latina, listen to this, that identify with Black people. What are your thoughts and what do you think about it? Be back with another part. Just for right now, let's discuss this.
Hey, to my TikTok family, I just had to get on here really quick because I really don't. I've been watching these posts and it's crazy because in the beginning it was like 100 men versus a gorilla. Okay, I get it. But whoever came up with 100 Latinos versus 100 Blacks, obviously we already know who was, because it's always about the divide. Let me tell you something right now. You ain't gonna divide us browns and blacks. It's never gonna happen. You know why? Because we struggle the same motherfucking way. And we coming together to come up with businesses. That's what we need to do. And we have, and we've been starting. So I don't know why in the hell somebody must have woke up and just kept looking in the fucking mirror and just hating themselves. But tried to divide us Latinos and Blacks? You're never gonna catch us in a room trying to fight each other. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pop bottles and drink, smoke and chill, dance and take videos. Get the fuck out of here.
They both was full of shit of presidents. No matter what, people can go through politics. I don't want to go down that route with y'all because I don't have time for the negativity like that.
Okay, and you are free to believe that. You are free to believe that they were both full of it, and but then what are you doing with the videos then? Why are you posting your fear of this deportation? Because apparently they were both full of it, so whatever, right? It was just whatever before, so it should be whatever now. It didn't matter before. Why does it matter now? And by the way, just to quote what I said earlier, the reason why you're so upset is because in this regard, he's not full of it. Yeah, because if Trump would have been as full of it as you say, then you will be fine.
Because my people are going through the situation, not y'all. So y'all can go, whatever y'all want to say, I don't care. God bless you. We're supposed to be here for one another, lift each other. What's wrong with y'all? Sick.
Yeah, you're right. We are supposed to be here for one another, love each other, which is why so many people that were not from your community sounded the alarm on what the possibilities might be. That's called being here for one another and loving one another is what that's called. But y'all wanted to dunk on them. Enjoy the victory parade.
For my husband, I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's like, he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is no criminal. He voted for him, and now he's deporting his wife. And now they're deporting me, they're kicking me out, and they're breaking my family apart. Before you enlist in the military, think it twice. Before you marry an immigrant, think it twice. Think it
here's the other thing too. So many avenues for compartmentalization. Why it couldn't be me, because it was the criminals they were going after, not us. It was the criminals. Now they can criminalize whoever. So actually, they always were able to do that. Actually, that is in fact not new. But I think some people could learn from your experience. What was that you said? Be careful before you marry an immigrant?
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything was good. He just came in and they snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
ICE reports nearly 1,000 raids in the country on Sunday alone, which is up from just under 300 on Saturday.
I think the part that I don't get is when I see there is some kind of injustice befalling any group, my mind immediately goes to connecting those dots, how that comes to apply to a group that I happen to be a part of. I don't know if that's a Black people thing, because we so often are subject to whatever America decides to do, but that just has always been common sense to me. How is this something that could end up being a problem? Yet somehow, being in the group and demographic.
So Latinos are blaming Black people for them getting deported, saying we are not standing up for them? This says, but why isn't my Black community standing up for you like us Latinos did for BLM? We stood up for you in the voting booth, where it counted, where it mattered. 92% of Black women voted against this situation. 80% of Black men voted against the situation. You got the nerve and the audacity when you go and look at the numbers for Latino men and women, how they voted. And I promise you, they didn't vote nowhere near the levels we voted. And now you have the nerve and the audacity to blame us. You got the nerve to be coming at Black women in the community. You got the nerve. We told you there were multiple Black creators that told you guys that it wasn't just illegals that were going to get deported who had criminal records. You thought they wasn't going to come for my husband, son, daughter, Abuelita, Tio, because they haven't committed any crimes. They just over here living a carefree, safe, non-criminal life. They snatching y'all up too. And we told you that they would, and you did not believe us. And you made a bad decision. So wear it. Suffer in silence. Wear it. Do not blame anybody else. Look at your own community around you. And the rights that you do have. We were the ones. Our ancestors paid for those rights. The 1965 Civil Rights Act, we paid for those. Dogs were let loose on us. We were unalived. We were imprisoned. We went through Jim Crow where we couldn't even eat or go to the same movie theater or the bathroom or drink out of the same water fountain. We went through chattel slavery for hundreds of years, but this is our fault? How dare you? And I have love for Latino men and women. I have love for that community. Lots of friends. Lots of people I've done business with. But don't you dare come at us in this community when we told you what was going to happen. Suffer in silence. Wait another 2 years, vote in the midterms, and then wait another 4 years and vote right in the next election. But how dare you blame us?
I'm a very strong believer in, if you don't like us, then why not just segregate yourself away from us? Just go to a neighborhood where we're not at. And, you know what I'm saying, do y'all thing where y'all be at. You know what I'm saying? There's neighborhoods where you don't have to be around us. You don't have to come around us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not forcefully putting ourselves around y'all. like that, truth be told. But y'all willingly put yourselves around us and then turn around and tell us that you don't like us when everybody else is not around. If it's not a bunch of us together, you wait till we consolidate it and then sit there and try to hate against us one at a time. Gang up on people one at a time. Y'all like to jump, basically. The Latinos don't like us because everything is tracing back to us. Everything that has ever happened throughout the history of time has happened because of us. Y'all do the research. Y'all been doing the research your whole lives. But they starting to turn their backs on us for real now. Like, I actually sat there and told the people that I was working with that I had kids at home, and they destroyed everything that I had going on. Everything that I had going on. They destroyed everything that I had going on, bro. Everything. And I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, the right way. I'm got 2 kids. This is my first 2 children. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come up the right way, you know what I'm saying, and work. You know what I'm saying? Work a job, find a better job, work that job, find a better job, work that job, and just duke it out. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell y'all these Latinos they really got it out for us. These Mexicans got it out for us for real, man. They got it out for us bad, bro. And they don't even have a reason to have it out for us. They the ones started this shit. And it's all with that fucking protest shit that made the protest is what really just sparked it. The protest really just brought y'all real true colors out. Truth be told. Cause for one grown ass person, especially a woman, to turn around and try to ruin the lives of several people and try to blame it on them wanting to let their family work. What the fuck is the point? Okay, this is part 2 to what I was telling y'all before. Now mind y'all, like I said before, the new manager brought back everybody that my manager had got rid of because they were either stealing money, trying to get her in trouble, going against her word, sitting there saying that whenever they sit there and she asks them to do something, they'll sit there and tell them that she's not fucking doing it. Yes, they'll sit there and tell you they're not doing nothing. They're not gonna do what the fuck they want. What you tell them to do at a job that they wanted to work at. Now, mind you, everybody that they brought back to their store, after they turned around and laid me off for complaining about them taking away my hours after I had just got promoted, everybody that was in the store that they tried to get to work the grill, nobody wanted to work the grill. They're literally ruining my position after after kicking me out the store to work so that they can work that position. So let me get this straight. Y'all got me fired. Said that I was complaining because you took me from having 6 days a week or 5 days a week with 1 or 2 days off to working 1 day a week for each week for a 2-week pay period and getting paid $60 when our light bill is over $100 to $200 a month. I got paid $60 for a 2-week pay period. The very last paycheck that I had. Y'all couldn't even let me finish out my whole 2 weeks with the paychecks that I was making to make sure that when I did get kicked off, that I still had a check and I had time to go find another job. These motherfuckers fired me with $60, bro, to my name, dog. $60. They took all my fucking hours away and then turned around and left me with $60 with 2 kids at home and a baby mama to feed. Two kids that I have to help take care of. Me and their mother, I have no family to help me take care of these kids to get with me. We doing everything on our own, bro. We don't have no fucking family like that. She barely has family. I have no family. The family that I do have, they all spread the fuck out. Our family broke the fuck up and spread the fuck out after all the toxic motherfuckers divided, made everybody not want to be around everybody else. So now I don't have family to sit there and help out with shit like that. She barely has family to help out with any fucking thing, and the one family member she do have is too fucking far away to be calling on. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally just me and her out here trying to take care of two little ones, and the world is literally turning their back against us. Literally. Like, you laid me off and said that I was complaining because I only made $60 for 2 whole weeks, my nigga. 2 whole weeks. $60? Do you know how much a pack of diapers costs? $20 to $25 out of Walmart. I have to buy a box of diapers, and I have 2 babies, and they both wear 2 different sizes. 2 different sizes. One is still on Enfamil, the other one is still on milk. Everything that I just fucking said took up that whole 60. But I'm complaining for only making 2 days for a 2-week pay period on Homestead and fucking Tidwell. Now, when I went back in there yesterday, to see, hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't call me back or anything like that. I'm trying to avoid doing this lawsuit. I'm trying to avoid, you know what I'm saying, having to go through this process of going to talking to this lawyer like I've been doing and going to the business bureau. Now, that situation is over after I went up there yesterday, because when I walked in the store, the new manager that's there, apparently the other manager got fired because he had a case brought up against him for being racist against the kid. It was a high schooler in there that I used to work with that was under my shift, because I had just got promoted to shift leader after the manager realized that I was literally genuinely just there to work, to take care of my kids. I'm not there to be friends with anybody. I'm here to do my job, make sure everybody's okay and everybody's comfortable, and we don't have to worry about nobody else coming up in here trying to boss everybody around and treat people like they don't have no respect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She done promoted me. I'm literally in the process of doing my training. I was halfway done with my training. I was almost finished. When my manager turned around and got sick and had a nosebleed at work because she was pregnant and on a ladder. She was 6 to 7 months, if I'm not mistaken, 6 to 7 months pregnant. And she was at that job climbing on ladders and shit, trying to fix their speakers. Because it seemed like for some reason when something gets fixed, it gets broken again. And then more shit gets broken more. It seemed like it was all like, so she'll get some shit fixed and then turn around, and when she go home and come back to the job later on, it's been broken again. Like, purposely broken again. Jack in the Box got motherfuckers in their store literally sabotaging their stuff just to get people fired. Jack in the Box, bro. Like, Jack in the Crack, the place we all love. Like, there's a reason why I always go back to Jack in the Box. I was on TikTok promoting their food, bro. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, but I'm getting off track. Now, like I said, I only made $60. And they turn around and say, now when I walked in the store to go talk to them about you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get my job back because I need my job. I have kids at home to take care of. When I walked in the store, one of the people that she fired, this is a Mexican guy. He's a Mexican guy that's a part of the LGBTQ. He's, you know what I'm saying. When I walked in the store, the Mexican guy that was in the front, they tried to use him to replace Juan. The Mexican guy that was in the front, he turned around, and as soon as he seen me when I walked in the store, he didn't even try to take my order or ask me what I had wanted to order or none of that shit. He turned around and he instantly went back there to the manager and did like this and blocked off the counter to talk to her for a second, and then came back and was like, "Hey, Godly." I was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? I want to talk to the manager to see if I can try to see what's going on with the job. You know what I'm saying? If I can get my job back, or whatever the case may be." The lady didn't even give 1 second to sit there and think about anything. She instantly sat there and said, no, we no hiring. So I'm sitting here like, dang, you couldn't even come to the counter to sit there and ask me, you know what I'm saying, if I have experience or anything like that, or what happened last time or anything like that. Just no. That man turned around and told that woman not to try to sit there and hire me back. Because he was one of the ones that got fired. He was the one that's on the window at the register right now is the one that got fired for stealing money. The one that's working the register in the mornings at 6 to 2 or 6 to 10 is the one that got fired for stealing money. The one that's working the grill is the one that discriminated against me. She comes in at like around fucking, probably like, if she not there at 2, she's there around 10 at night to 6 in the morning. If you go there around that time to eat, that woman is going to do something to your food. I've tried to tell people this, and they didn't want to fucking listen to me. When I tell y'all, them people in that store is evil.
All right, Latinos, mi gente, we need to do better. I need you to watch this video all the way through because it's important for everyone, no matter what background, no matter what you believe. I need you to watch this. A few days ago, I made a video about unity. You can go look at it. It's called We Are Stronger When We Unite. And the overall message of that video was, if all of the minorities, particularly the Black community, if we came together with Latinos, just how powerful could we be? What are the things that we could change? What is the impact that we could create? I was coming from hey, if we unite, we can do a lot. And the Black community showed up and they had a lot to say. And it wasn't great. But I'm thankful because they clarified that in my message, I missed very important context that changes, or more so, speaks to the truth of where we're at. We are in a very important place in history. We are in a position where how we organize the things that we do now, today, tomorrow, in this administration is going to determine a lot. Go back, look through my video, watch the comments. But if you notice, the overwhelming numbers that you'll hear is 92%. 92% being the amount of people in the Black community who overwhelmingly voted for Harris. Now, you compare that to the 46 to 52% of Latinos that voted for Trump. I was asking for them to come help us. And their response was, first of all, we've been doing this a lot longer than you. But second of all, you can't even help yourself. Why would we come and help you? And after reading through 150 plus comments and responding to most of them, it really dawned on me that they're right. They have been organizing and fighting and responsible primarily for the progress of this country for hundreds of years. And for us Latinos, we can't even get our house in order. We can't even agree on who we should vote for and who has our interest in mind. And not to mention now with these protests, I'm seeing people burning American flags. Why would you burn the flag of the country you're fighting so hard to stay in? Why? We are proud Mexicans. We are proud Latinos. I understand the flags because it represents who we are. But we should also be flying American flags because this is our home. This is my home. I've been here for 32 out of my 33 years in life. It is not us versus America. It is us fighting for what America is for us. And it is us learning to unite and support each other and organize. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of conversations that we need to have, and we need to unite and organize and do a better job of moving in the same direction, moving in the direction that is going to be good for all of us. So a lot of the comments were, don't come and ask us for help. Take care of your own house. Figure out what y'all got to do. This message has to be for you. And it was hard. It was hard to read through the comments. It was hard to comment back. It was hard to hear it again and again and again. But I'm so grateful for the Black community that showed up and had this discussion because they're right. And you know what? We do need their help, but we need to learn how to organize the way they did. Instead of asking them for help because we're the ones in trouble now. We need to learn how to organize ourselves. And more so, before we can ask anyone else to jump to our aid, we need to learn to jump to our own aid, and we need to learn to be there and support other people before we ask anyone else to come help us. So for all of the people who commented, we're sitting this one out as a Black community, y'all figure it out, I get it. And I think it's right. I think it's right because we as Latinos, we have to do a better job of supporting each other. We have to do a better job of organizing. We have to do a better job of proving that we can unite and we can organize under a common cause. And not just because we need it, but because it's good for everyone. And when our Black brothers and sisters are there and they're going through it, we have to show up for them. Unity starts with us setting the example. It starts with us making the changes that we need to make in order to help ourselves. Because other people are going to be a lot more willing to help us if we're organized, if we're moving in the right direction, and if we're doing things for others because it's the right thing to do. So if you are a Latino and you are someone who wants to make a change, and if you're someone who wants to see America be better for us, we have to learn how to organize within ourselves. We have to learn how to better understand what it is we want and do it the right way. Stop burning American flags. Organize. Learn to support each other. Don't vote because the things that he's saying, the hateful things, the hateful rhetoric doesn't apply to you. Don't vote for just what's good for you. Vote for what's good for your own family, your own loved ones. Even if you don't have any family that's undocumented. We have to come together and we have to learn that until we are voting for an America that is good for everyone, it's not going to be the America that we want to live in. So yeah, I learned, and again, I've said it before, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I made that video. I'm grateful that I had so many people reach out, and you know, the love and support from that community that I felt once we had conversation, once people DM'd me and we had a chat, it was incredible. They've done so much for all of us that we don't even notice. We've benefited so much from the Black community and all of the effort that they've put in to make this country one where people like us are more accepted. It's our turn. It's our turn to lead the charge. And not just because we're the ones being attacked right now, but because we have the numbers, but because we have the power. And I think once we learn to organize, once we learn to row in the right direction, to take the charge in fighting for everyone's rights, then the Black community and every other community is going to be much more open to unifying with us. It may take time. We may not agree. We may not get a lot of this right, but I think we have to want it. And I think we have to step out of our own personal bubbles and step out of this, not my battle, not my fight, because it is. So to all of those in the Black community who saw my video, who commented and said, take care of your own house, talk to your own people, I appreciate it because I think that's what we need to do.